Things got worse. I, out of worry and fear of losing him, started to become extra possessive, which he clearly hated. But he was that kind, जो कभी खुल के खुद की बात नहीं बोलेगा, बाकी सब बकवास करेगा. But he will never speak about his emotions. I knew he was done with this relationship, and I was very aware कि he wanted a life with Shashwati. But I couldn't give him up. He was my dream come true. He was the symphony of the waves of my heart's oceans. He was the one. ऐसे कैसे जाने दूँ? But he wanted out. He had already given up, spending his time with me like a dead body. ऐसे लग रहा था कि मानो मैंने उसे कैद करके रखा हो. He never said so, but I know he felt like he was imprisoned. I feared he would hate me for this, but I can't just let go. पता है मुझे, अगर प्यार सच्चा हो तो उसे जाने देना चाहिए. That's the right thing. But I didn't want to do the right thing. If loving someone unconditionally was a sin, I agreed to the punishment that beholds. It was getting worse day by day, as if he was waiting for me to end things with him, setting him free. एक दिन, I saw them at a cafe spending time together. I was on the way to my house, my home, my Aakash. But my Aakash was busy with his Shashwati. I wasn't angry. I was sad. I was the reason he wasn't able to breathe freely. That I was the reason he would never visit his favorite therapist. The sea. He never came. मुझे पता है, क्योंकि मैं रोज आती थी. He preferred being at home, talking to that bitch. I knew. It was the only fair way. I knew. I was used to my new life. I never hated him. I had no right to be angry. I was in the wrong after all. Was I? He was in the wrong after all. तुम्हारी लहरों के पास सारी चीज़ों का जवाब नहीं है. How sad. अब मेरी मदद कौन करेगा? ना तो अब कर पा रहे हो, ना तब कर पा रहे थे. रोज़ आती तो थी, कोई जवाब नहीं दिया तुमने. और फिर एक दिन, I was back from work. The house was empty. But it was fragrant. The bed was well made. But I never did that. He does. I don't remember him doing it that morning. It was done after I left. He came in the house and left a few minutes ago. I could feel it. That was it. He started to sneak from me. He started to hide things. Not emotionally, but mentally too. I smiled. I knew this day would come. I went to the kitchen. I lifted the dustbin to throw a wrapper, only to find a used condom. I knew what had happened. I had already accepted it. But still, I couldn't help but weep, cry, scream in pain. It had been 4 months since we had had a session where he was equally involved. I knew he was doing it just for my pleasure. Hence, I stopped initiating. But that day, when he returned, he had a smile that I hadn't seen for a while. He was happy. I smiled back. He hugged me. I could smell that bitch from him. I smiled. It happened a few more times. I smiled. I wanted to kill myself, but I smiled. I loved him still. He didn't care. I smiled. One day, I was unusually early, walking, in pain. I smiled. I opened the door. Mila? She said. A familiar voice came from my bedroom. Shashwati came out. She was stunned. I smiled. I teared up, but I smiled. I can explain it, she said. I smiled. She said things I could listen, but I couldn't comprehend. I smiled. I'm sorry, she said. I smiled. It was noisy. She was saying things. I was listening, but I smiled. Suddenly it all went silent. I smiled. I looked down. I smiled. Blood dripping from a piece of glass in my hand. I smiled. She was lying on the floor. I smiled. I killed that bitch. I smiled.